Thank you. As she mentioned, I'm Sarah Clark, General Manager of our identity business at Mitek. Mitek is the global leader in utilizing mobile capture, in other words, the camera on a smartphone for identity verification. And I'm going to be showing you some demos of our products today, but first I want to give you a little bit of context in terms of the market need that our products fill. Over the past couple of years, digital and especially mobile as the medium or channel of choice for applying for a bank account, applying for a loan, a credit card, transferring money, registering a biometric. That's been a big theme at our conference. It's been accelerating, right? And all of those use cases and many more require really strong identity verification. In other words, you need to be really sure that that digital customer or the person on the other end of the mobile device is who they say they are. So traditionally, that's of course been done by having that end user enter data, which is then verified off of a relevant data source, and maybe they'll be asked some out-of-wallet questions or some knowledge-based authentication questions. That method is flawed. Again, that's been a pretty interesting theme at the conference this year and even last year. And it's really flawed for two reasons. One is user experience, especially on a mobile device, which I'll loop back to. And the second is what you know is known. In 2015 alone, 283 million records were breached. PII is available for sale on the dark web for fraudsters to perpetrate identity fraud. And an interesting study in January came out that showed that PII data is actually more expensive or more valuable to fraudsters than stolen credit cards, which I think provides a really interesting glimpse into the current trend with fraud really shifting towards identity verification fraud for the use cases I mentioned earlier, and of course there are many others. So what's the alternative to using data? The alternative is Mitek Mobile Verify allows you to use a what you have factor instead of only relying on a what you know factor for identity verification. So you can have your end user scan a driver's license and you can know that they have in hand an authentic driver's license. And of course, the benefit, looping back to user experience, is the data can be extracted and that user can have an easier experience with data pre-filled for them. So let me go ahead and dive into the demo. And hopefully that's going to come up. There it is. So this is Mobile Verify through a native app. And you're going to see throughout what I'm showing you our MySnap auto capture user experience. So what that means is from a user experience standpoint, I don't need to do anything. I just need to hover my device over the driver's license and it'll find and capture what it needs. So I'm actually using my real driver's license because first I'm going to show you a happy path. And I'm going to start with scanning the back of the license. And so it's going to look for the presence of the barcode, and you can see it pretty quickly found and extracted the necessary barcode. And now I'm going to scan the front of the license. And you can see that it, if you noticed a couple words above the license, it both captured and it verified. So that's our MySnap auto capture user experience, and it actually did two things in parallel. So starting with the captured, it looked for the ideal image of the license for fast and accurate data extraction, and also so you can have a great enhanced image if you choose to store it with the record associated to the account. The other thing that it did in that same user experience, which as you saw was very quick, just a couple of seconds, is it verified the authenticity of the license. And it did that by scanning the front of the license for the presence of something called an enhanced security feature. So the enhanced security feature is something that's invisible to the naked eye, but it's part of the format of the driver's license. And not only is it invisible, making it the strongest security feature available, because if you're printing fake IDs, of course you can't print it, you can't see it. It also contains encrypted data. So long story short, when Mitek Mobile Verify reads and decrypts that security feature, it can return a definitive result that I, in fact, do have an authentic license in my hand. You can see that the data was also extracted, so again, the end user gets convenience from not having to type on the little device. If you want to then take that really strong what you have factor of identity verification and add another layer in, you can then choose to have your end user capture a selfie. So I'm going to show that to you next. And the way that this works is it needs my face to be lined up like it would in the driver's license photo. So you can see my face is turned sideways, so it's not going to capture even though I'm blinking, which is what triggers it. But if I line my face up so that it's similar to a driver's license photo and blink, it goes ahead and it automatically captures the selfie. That's a horrible picture, so I'm going to move on. But what it did was it extracted the portrait from my license, and of course, then it can be compared to the captured selfie. Now I want to show you a case with a fake license really quickly. So I'm going to, again, start with capturing the back. Hold on, the thing seems to, let me start that over. Oh, something weird happened to the device there. Okay, so I'm gonna start again with capturing the back. And we're gonna, sometimes these barcodes are difficult on the printed fake licenses. And this license, as you see, is a fake. It has my LinkedIn profile picture on it. And I want to show you how, again, my snap will go ahead and it'll capture the image.